Welcome to the Lydian world, the blockchain game where you can earn, learn, and have fun. 2022, the world has changed, the internet changed, and the rise of the blockchain changed the entire industry and forced us to rethink. Blockchain gaming became the day-to-day opportunity to generate income. Some chase the mining, while others are doing the trading. The pursuit of our unlimited incoming resources has begun. Whatever it takes, leaving behind the unknown and embracing the new technology, the new era, the Lydian world. Here, the unlimited income resources are waiting to be claimed, but not without our engagement. We are the driving force of the Lydian world. We are the Lydians. The strategy is entirely in our hands, and we can choose which citizenship to get in order to build a future for our beloved ones. Passionate about mining or in need of a crypto-friendly credit card, a highly active trader who needs extra guidance, a developer who wants to promote his project, or a society-educated gamer who aims to make profits out of his own NFT shop and enjoys the time gaps with the Telegram trivia. You are connecting to the Lydian world incoming resources. Every single action of more than already 350,000 citizens is distributing rewards into Lydian world. Every time a card is swiped, every time an NFT transfer is completed, while you play, even while you sleep, Lydian world rewards you. It continues with a new vision, but do you know what marks the success? Perseverance, imagining the unimagined, and above all, possessing your own piece of virtual land to transform a grand idea into a grand reality. Pick a land. Press a button. Up you go. Behold your decentralized property, built to stand the test of time. Open your own business and share it with the others. From outwards to the city center area, until zone by zone, the city is taken over by its citizens. Multiple digital businesses rise alongside. A new era of luxury, shopping arcades, medical offices. Throw open their doors to an unlimited era, the blockchain. But something is missing. The design of your building is a way to define your own business, where you can approach your own digital architect. It won't be easy, but it will be worth it. After all, with the power to create and trade, whoever holds the land NFT shapes the city forever. So, what is your vision?
There is no law, and to date, nobody has been able to show that there is a law for the average American citizen working day in and day out to pay an income tax.
But We the People Foundation for Constitutional Education put a full-page ad in the USA Today on July 7th, 2000. And within the body of that ad was a $50,000 challenge for anyone that could show the law. And to me, $50,000 is a lot of money. So I went after that. and did the research based on the fact that I thought, let's put this baby to bed. I'm hearing all these rumors. I'm going to kill two birds with one stone. I'll answer these people's questions that are asking me, and then I'll win this $50,000. And, based on the research that I did throughout the year 2000 and that I'm still doing, I have not found that law. I've asked Congress. We've asked a lot of people in the IRS commissioners, helpers. They can't answer, because if they answer, the American people are going to know that this whole thing is a fraud.
There is no law that requires the average American worker in the private sector to pay a direct, unapportioned tax on their labor and compensation for services. There is no law.
I really expected that, of course, there's a law that you can point to in the law book, the code, that requires you to file a tax return. Of course there is. Maybe I don't know what it is right then as he was speaking to me, but sure. So naively, I agreed to go off and research it and get back to him. 3.5 months later, I was at that point where I couldn't find the statute that clearly made a person liable, at least not me and most people I know, and I had no choice in my mind except to resign.
I had to leave the IRS because I presented evidence that I had accumulated indicating that the agency was violating the law and violating people's rights. And I asked the agency for a response to my sincere concerns. And the answer I got was that they would not respond to my concerns and that they would provide me with the paperwork necessary to tender my resignation.
You can look through the statutes and look for the law that requires you to pay. And when you do that, you can't identify a law that requires the average person in America who earns a wage and works in private business to pay an income tax.
American citizens, along with the foundation, have been asking the IRS to specifically provide them with the underlying legal foundation upon which they administer and enforce the personal income tax laws in our country.
At the national level, when people would attempt to contact somebody of a much higher authority, say the commissioner, same kind of thing. They would get answers that were in effect non-answers.
You have to understand that an agency which will unlawfully impose a tax that doesn't exist is not going to care. If we, the people, don't know what our rights are, they're not going to tell us.
If Americans just learned that the IRS was actually knowingly deceiving them, that would be enough for them to rise up and put a stop to it.
100% of what is collected is absorbed solely by interest on the federal debt. All individual income tax revenues are gone before 1 nickel is spent on the services taxpayers expect from government. People have been told, that you need this income tax system to fund government, which is absolutely ridiculous. My question is, well, if that's true, how did we fund government from 1776 to 1913?
The main purpose of the income tax is not to raise revenue, but to redistribute wealth and to control society.
A lot of people might say, well, gee, if there wasn't an income tax, what would happen to education? They don't understand that education is paid for the most part, out of state and local taxes, your property tax. People might say, well, how are we going to build and maintain our highways if there's no money coming into the government? We need our highways. There is a tax on every gallon of gasoline that people buy. Proceeds from the income tax do not pay for highway construction.
I believe that in both spirit and substance, our tax system has come to be un-American. Death and taxes may be inevitable, but unjust taxes are not.
This small booklet includes the Constitution of the United States, the Bill of Rights, the Declaration of Independence. This is a document that every citizen should read. It's a document which freed an entire nation. This is the Internal Revenue Code, and this document, and the unlawful application of this document by the Internal Revenue Service has enslaved the nation that this document attempted to free.
All right, greetings everyone, good morning. How you doing? It's January the 30th, 2023. We got about 2 more days left before the end of the month, before February the 1st. So what have you done within the first 30 days of the new year that will get you and your family out of the scam that we just showed y'all? Typically, we don't show that over here, but I think that video, that tax video, fits right with Crypto Mornings. Why? Because we are we're letting it be known, family, that if you want to get out of that, this is a reason why the government is so afraid and they are so upset about cryptocurrency. It's a reason why they haven't figured out how to tax it, and they don't know how to tax it. So this is why they put out all type of false media and false claims about cryptocurrency and what it does, right? So this is the understanding that we have to get an understanding of and come and see what's really happening. Because if you keep doing the same thing, then we ain't got to worry about the government falling or getting out of power. But you just heard ex-IRS agents, politicians saying that there's no law for the citizen to pay taxes. Now, I've been knew this because we've been telling us this and teaching this for about 6 years now. And people tell me that I'm not, I don't know what I'm talking about. It is a law, people say that, but the experts and the former employees for the Internal Revenue Service, they say it's not. But anyway, that's not our topic today. Our topic today is from Rich Dad Poor Dad, Robert Kiyosaki. He says we are in a global recession, and he also warns of soaring bankruptcies, unemployment, and homelessness. Because he said the dollar about to bottom out. So we're going to get into that article. But before we get into that article, family, please make sure you go to our YouTube channel, Forward Money. And we're not streaming on Forward Money Network right now because YouTube has flagged our channel. They have taken down like 5 videos that I made in 2024. The videos was videos that we made and streamed live way back in the year 2020, 3 years ago. And they just now coming around saying that these are hate speech, whatever. We got more information to come out about that today and tomorrow. Because this is what's happening. And go subscribe to the YouTube channel. They haven't took it down yet, but we're expecting them to do it soon. All right. And also go and follow us on Instagram, Forward Money Network. You can follow us on Facebook, Forward Money Network, and follow me personally on Facebook, Instagram, and also LinkedIn at Forward Money. At Forward MacD. All right. So family, let's get into our topic today. I'll get into this stream today. So first off, we want to take, it's Monday, so we're going to go and take a look at the cryptocurrency market and see what the cryptocurrency market is doing. All right, so we see that the cryptocurrency market is still trading for $1,054 billion in market cap, but the market cap is down 1.5%. Bitcoin is back over 23,000. In the last 7 days, Bitcoin is up 2%. In the last hour, Bitcoin is up 0.28%. Ethereum is about $10 away from being at 1,600. It's down the last 7 days, 1.70%, but it's up 0.36% in the last hour. Binance is trading over $309, and it is up in the last hour 0.50%. In the last 7 days, it's down. It's up nearly 2%. So let's go and take a look at, let's look at FTX. FTX is down 1.90%. It is trading at $1.99. Might as well say $2. FTX has a 24-hour trading volume of over $35 million is being traded in and out of the FTX token. Well, why did we start showing that? Well, because certain people think they know what crypto is and they understand blockchain, but we got proof that the average person really don't understand. Because if it's a big scandal going on about this coin, but the coin is still trading on the open market right now, well, you need to ask yourself, why is that? That's the power of crypto. That's the power of the blockchain. Remember, it's all about the blockchain. They can't take it down, so it's going to be there. Okay, the G999 is down 26%, but in the last, so the G999 down 26%, it was just up about 2% when I first logged in. But what we're going to do is we're going to show why I'm all right. So it's down. It just went up again. It's going up. That's a utility coin. They go up like that. So now it's down 19%. So I'm going to go over here to GS Partners. And I'm gonna purchase some G999 before we get into this article right quick, just to show y'all the utility of this coin. Because then I'm going to take the coin, flip it, and do something else with it. All right. But I'm going to go in here. I got some G Euro that I'm going to turn into Tether. And this is the G999 blockchain. And I'm going to turn into Tether. We'll go there. Select that. Click that. So I'm going to make about $3 on this Tether exchange right now in G Euro. And the G Euro is a coin that we created. It's not released to the public. Now you have to come and get it from us, but within seconds, we can exchange it for USD Tether, just like I just did, and it just hit my wallet. So now I'm going to take that Tether. I got to refresh it. I'm going to take that Tether, and I'm going to purchase some G999 coins with it. It's only $42 worth of Tether. And I'm going to purchase G999 coins. I can also purchase status with it. So this $42 worth of USD Tether is going to give me 12,497 G999 coins. I take it all day long because I'm going to do something with them. Boom. So now I just wait till it populated and I'll have my coins right here on the dashboard. And these coins did come straight out of the market because inside of GS Partners is an exchange attached to it. All right, it's an exchange attached to it. So just wanted to show y'all that and just show y'all how easy it is for us to maneuver and do things in this crypto market with our decentralized international blockchain business platform called GS Partners. So now let's get into the article though. And please, family, share this out because this is some real deep stuff that's about to be said. And we got some other stuff that I probably won't talk about today because it's not, it's at the end of the month, right? We ain't really got time to prove stuff to you. We just sharing you what we're doing, and we got the documentation. Documentation beat conversation. So if you're just looking for a great conversation, then that's up to you. You feel what I'm saying? But we just showing you what we doing. You can continue to do what you do. We're going to show you what we're doing, but the difference between what we're doing and what you're doing, you can't invite me to it. You don't have a system, all right? And you're not operating the system that we are trying to, do, right? So outside of the system that we're trying to get away from, but we have a system what we do. So I can invite anybody to it. So it's one thing to tell you, man, I'm getting paid like this. I'm getting paid this percentage. I'm getting paid like this. I can invite you to, so you can get paid the same way. Big difference. All right. So a lot of people out here doing things, but they can't invite you. They can't invite me. And it's not outside of the powers that be. So here's Robert Kiyosaki. This come out of Bitcoin.com news. Robert Kiyosaki says, and this is new news just a day ago. Robert Kiyosaki, Rich Dad Poor Dad. If you haven't read Rich Dad Poor Dad book, It's a reason why, me and my wife were talking about this yesterday. It's a reason why people don't have a financial education. Now, they really don't understand when we try to talk to them about money and being rich and stuff like this. Because if you would just go and get his basic book, his first book, you will learn a lot and you will understand a lot if you can comprehend what you read. All right, if you really study what he said. So a lot of people had a false illusion that you need a credit score to do things. You need bank accounts. You need a job to do things like buy cars and buy homes, stuff like that. Well, excuse me. Well, that's not true. If we in America and they got the cliche saying that cash is king, well, if you wanted to buy anything, all you need is just the cash to do it, right? If you have the cash to do it, then anybody will sell you this car, they will sell you this home, you'll be able to rent this home out. You'll be able to do that if you had the proof of the income. So your credit score wouldn't really matter if you had the proof of the income. But don't worry. Keep operating in this world in a sense of fear and thinking you got to play by their rules. Their rules are being busted up. Their rules are being destroyed because it was always loopholes to their rules in the first place. We just weren't educated enough to be able to see the holes, see the loopholes, and go around them. And it ain't nothing illegal. It's not nothing illegal. Well, to say something is illegal in America is kind of like the whole system of America is illegal. Like we just talked about that, how they taxing the people, which is not even a law for people to pay it, but people pay it, and people go to jail when they do fraudulent income tax, all type of stuff. People that went to jail for this, people probably in jail for it right now, not paying their property taxes and all of that. So this thing here is deep. So to say something is illegal in America is like, I don't know, it's kind of like an oxymoron, like, because America's built on illegal means. Right. But anyway, Robert Kiyosaki said we're in global recession. I want y'all to pay close attention to what he's saying. Please pay close attention to what he's saying. Soaring bankruptcies, unemployment, homelessness. Now, how did he know this? Family, it's a crisis like every 20 years in the United States. Then you have other nations that have went through crisis. Look at what's going on there. What happened in 1929, the Great Depression? What happened in the recession? Did the recession in 2008, 2009 produce some homeless folks? You better believe it did. Did it produce unemployment? You better believe it did. So if history repeats itself, if you understand it, but this is where we're going, but this is going to be far worse. This is going to be worse than the Great Depression. Yeah. So this is what he warns on. The famous author of the best-selling book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, Robert Kiyosaki, says that we are in a global recession, warning of soaring bankruptcies, unemployment, homelessness. He noted that there is good news for investors looking for bargains. Robert Kiyosaki's latest warning. The author of Rich Dad, Poor Dad, Robert Kiyosaki, is back with more warnings about the United States economy and global recession. Rich Dad, Poor Dad is a 1997 book co-authored by Kiyosaki and Sharon Lexter. It has been on the United States Times bestseller list for over 6 years. More than 32 million copies of the book have been sold in over 51 languages across more than 109 countries. Kiyosaki tweeted Saturday, question, what is worse than a Great Depression? What is worse than a Great Depression? Answer, a global recession, he added. Unfortunately, we are in global recession. Hang on, rough landing for world, bad news, bankruptcy, unemployment, homelessness soar, retirements toast. Retirement's toast. Wow. Let me read this one again. Unfortunately, we are in global recession. Hang on. Rough landing for world. Bad news. Bankruptcy. Unemployment. Homelessness soar, retirement's toast. However, the frame author pointed out there is good news for investors. Elaborate, bargains are everywhere. Gold, silver, Bitcoin, priceless. Gold, silver, Bitcoin, priceless. When somebody say Bitcoin, yes, that's the number one crypto, but Bitcoin is like interchangeable for crypto. So by him saying Bitcoin, that's just the one he liked. But there's other coins out there that is going to make it. In January last year, Kiyosaki cautioned that inflation may lead to greater depression, noting that real estate is crashing and layoffs are starting. Hold on, let me read that again now, because this is the real estate guru, right? He done made millions off of real estate. Now listen what he said. Last year, Kiyosaki cautioned that inflation may lead to greater depression, noting that real estate is crashing and layoffs are starting. He also warned about hyperinflation and depression in April, predicting, that the United States dollar is about to implode. In May, he reiterated, bad news, depression coming. The Rich Dad Poor Dad author is not the only one concerned about a global recession. In September last year, the World Bank, who part of the problem, who created the problem, helped create the problem, the World Bank, the risk of a global recession in 2023 is rising as central banks worldwide simultaneously hike interest rates in response to inflation. In addition, the International Monetary Fund, IMF, who also helped create the problem, has warned of a tough year ahead for the world economy. Kiyosaki has regularly warned about the state of the United States economy while recommending investors buy gold, silver, and Bitcoin. He often said that he does not trust the Biden administration, the Treasury, the Federal Reserve, and Wall Street. He stressed that the Fed and the Treasury are destroying the United States dollar. He tweeted on January the 14th that Bitcoin, gold, and silver and oil are moving up in price, noting good news for those that know inflation is permanent, now systematic, not transitory. Bad news for the uninformed, poor, middle class, anyone who believes Biden cares about them and their families. Woof. Whew. The famous author said in December that Bitcoin investors will get richer. Wow, Bitcoin has went up, right? We have got richer. When the Federal Reserve pivots and prints trillions of dollars, he explained in November that he is a Bitcoin investor, not a trader. So he gets excited when the price of Bitcoin plummets. In September, he urged investors to get into crypto now before the biggest economic crash in the world happens. Now let's go take a look at that article. They had a clip to that because I didn't see that. That was September last year. So September last year, right? He warned for investors to. So look at it. Robert Kiyosaki, it was September 13th of 2022 last year. Robert Kiyosaki urges investors to get into crypto now before the biggest economic crash in world history. Wow. Robert Kiyosaki says now is the time to buy crypto. See, he didn't just say Bitcoin, he said crypto. See what I'm saying? See, they're changing up the language, right? I predict the biggest crash in world history is coming. While the famous author was warned about a lengthy turn down, he emphasized that bear markets are the best time for investors to get rich as everything will be on sale. His advice echoed his tweet in July. Also, Robert Kiyosaki warned that the United States dollar is crashing, leading to mainstream acceptance of cryptocurrencies that are not controlled by governments. noting that the Federal Reserve and the Treasury are destroying the United States dollar. He repeatedly said that he does not trust the government. Joe Biden, Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen, the Federal Reserve, and Fed Chair Jerome Powell. He also does not trust Wall Street. It's not enough to want to get into crypto. Now is the time you need to get into crypto before the biggest economic crash in history. Kiyosaki also frequently shared his prediction in investment advice on Twitter. He tweeted too that it is time for the poor to get rich, adding that stocks, bonds, mutual funds, exchange traded funds, ETFs, and real estate are crashing. He noted that the middle class is being wiped out as he previously predicted. His latest tweet resembles another tweet he made in August when he warned that all markets are crashing. At that time, he also named silver and Bitcoin markets among those he expected to crash. Kiyosaki has been recommending Bitcoin investors for quite some time, stating that several months that he is waiting for the price of the cryptocurrency to bottom out before getting in. After revealing that he was waiting for Bitcoin to go to $1,100, he said in July that he was in a cash position waiting to buy the cryptocurrency. Besides Bitcoin, the Rich Dad Poor Dad author has recommended gold and silver. He also said in August that he changed his mind about buying 2-year United States Treasury bonds after listening to economist Harry Dent. I don't invest in things Fed or Wall Street print. Time to open my mind, he conceded. On Tuesday, he tweeted silver moving sideways. Silver to stay at $20 for 3 to 5 years, then climb to $100 to $500. Everyone can afford silver, even the poor. Accumulate silver now. Kiyosaki previously called silver the best investment value today. Wow, this is just deep. I mean, and this is a multi-millionaire, right? Man worth 9 figures. And right, with extreme cash flow. Now he's telling everybody to get into crypto because this crash is happening. This was last year. Then he come back saying the same thing he said, so he hadn't changed his stance. So what we're doing, family, we're just trying to put you in front of the wave, front of the wealth transfer so you can benefit. Because if $1 trillion more dollars come into crypto, if you're not in it, then you're not going to benefit. You do know that, right? So if we telling you that the crypto market right now is $1 trillion, and then next month or next week is at $2 trillion, well, if you're not involved in it and you don't have any of your funds moved into the crypto space, then you didn't get in front of that $2 trillion that just came over here from out of the other markets came over here. So wealth is never destroyed. It only transfers. So if a wealth in a currency is being destroyed, well, it got to be something somewhere on the rise. Well, that's cryptocurrency. But make sure you do your own research and get into the right project. Don't just go get into anything because it might look shiny and sound good. Look at the tech partners. Look at the blockchain developer. Read the roadmap. Read the white paper and see what's happening. But we're just going to tell you outright, the best system for you to get in is Gold Standard Bank because we have a complete system. We have our blockchain along with a metaverse marketplace combined. Now we have all of this in our system and we're getting paid daily in these crypto digital assets. Set rates, varied rates. I can't even really tell you how much money passively that I'm getting. Why? Because we got so much stuff coming in. We can't tell you that. But what we can tell you is if you want to earn 4.15% per week, we do have that opportunity for you. If you want to earn that, if that sounds good to you, we do have that opportunity for you to earn 4.15% per week on a fixed rate, your money. And it's a whole science the way we do it, and it's in compliance with the regulators. That's why we're still doing business and we're talking to you about it. It's not in taxing. It's just an actual fact. Is it guaranteed? Well, there's no guarantees in business, and I'm not a CPA. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm a real wealth builder. I'm a real business entrepreneur owner. That's what I am. So I'm just telling you what I'm doing. You feel me? So I'm acquiring assets that bring me dividends. If an asset won't bring me no dividends, I don't really want it. All right, except gold. That's it. The only asset that I'm willing to put my money in that don't shoot me a dividend. Everything else got to give me a dividend. My crypto, I got to get dividends. My NFTs, I got to get dividends. Right? My real estate, I got to get dividends. Right? So family, thank y'all for tuning in, and go ahead and get in January the 30th. You got less than 2 days before the new month comes, but ask yourself, what have you did in the new year that's going to change your financial trajectory for the next 12 months, the next 10 months, the next 6 months, the next 2-3 years? What are you doing? It all starts now. Everybody has to start somewhere. So start where you have the money to get started with. Do y'all know that I started Five Money Network 5 years ago, going on 6 years ago, with $500? Five Money Network, the brand, the business, right? The platform. We started it with $500. Still here 6 years later. Ain't going nowhere. So everything that I make, every penny I make, I'm in the black. I'm in the black with my business. So to come and take advice and come and listen at a real entrepreneur, business owner that understand how to do business in the 21st century, and that's business at the speed of thought. That old stuff, I ain't wasting my time on that stuff right there. Why? Because the return ain't nothing. You feel what I'm saying? The return ain't nothing. And it take too much to put into it, and it take too much to get started, so it ain't nothing. Now, Robert Kiyosaki, one of the greatest real estate investors and developers the world has seen, and he just said that real estate crashing twice in 2 hours. He said it last year, and he just said it this year. But people still want to say, I want real estate, I want real estate. Thinking way too small. You're not moving with the time. You're not moving with the time. Getting wealth off of that and generational wealth from buying up rental properties. Hey, listen, if it's going to be unemployment, you got all these rental properties, well, who's going to pay? Who's going to pay rent? Y'all didn't think about that, right? You got all these rental properties that you invested in, but if they finna go unemployment, bankruptcy, well, who you going to get your money from? Because who's finna pay rent? We don't even think like that. See, if it's going into a crash, that's why real estate crashing. That's why rental properties is not the way to go right now. You got to look at decentralized blockchain finances right now. That's the way to go. Why? Because it's giving you the best rate of return on your money. That's why it's the way to go. And it's not subjected to somebody paying their rent. So with that being said, family, thank y'all for tuning in. We'll see y'all in the morning with a brand new episode of Crypto Morning. And you want to be here for Business is Warfare. We will stream that on Facebook, Forward MacD and Forward Money Network on both channels tomorrow at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we got some articles coming out about the banks. Yes, we stand on the bank bumper all year. We're not letting up on him. We're not letting up. You can, but don't worry about that. New Millennial Bankers, Forward Money Network, we're not giving him a pass. Not 1 second of the moment are we going to give the banks in the rear, the government of the United States, the Treasury, the Fed, the IRS, none of them. They're not getting no pass. All right, you can get them a pass. They're not getting no pass from us. With that being said, family, thank y'all. We'll see y'all then. We out.
The origins of life and the universe. First stages in human evolution. First simple technologies that started making our life easier. Welcome to Lydian World. We are glad to introduce our multi-ecosystem. Here, the rewards are generated thanks to the fees applied to each service or product behind an income resource such as staking pools, credit card swipe commissions, mining fields, assisted trading, non-fungible tokens marketplace, interactive airdrops, mainnet masternodes, trivia games, etc. Available on platforms and devices. More than 3 million users expected by the end of 2022 could reach a milestone of $5 billion in total resources. Lydian World, the place where you can explore, earn, and have fun